Hey there, welcome to Tour de Lafayette. I'm your host, Stephen Smith. Today we'll be taking a look at the Ellsworth neighborhood and some of its attractions. We'll also be speaking with the people who helped make this neighborhood great. So let's get started. The district was named after Henry L. Ellsworth, who owned a great deal of land in the area. The neighborhood was placed on the National Register in 1986 and is roughly bounded by 2nd Street, South Street, the Old Rail Corridor, and Cassuth Street, including this service station turned museum at the corner of 6th and South Streets. We're at 601 New York Street with Gladys and Al Wright. And guys, if you could tell me a little bit about the John Philip Sousa Foundation and what you do with that here.
Well, the John Philip Sousa Foundation exists for the purpose of keeping the name of John Philip Sousa alive.
Al Wright served as Purdue band director from 1954 to 1981. He is known for creating the solo twirler position, especially the Golden Girl. His promotion efforts made Purdue's top twirler known across the country. Gladys Wright was the first woman inducted into the National Band Conductors Hall of Fame for Distinguished Conductors. From 1970 to 1984, she taught and served as band director at William Henry Harrison High School. Well, Al and Gladys, thank you so much for taking us through the Foundation's headquarters. We really appreciate your time today.
Thank you very much. We enjoyed it. It's been a real pleasure and a real honor for you to do this.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
In the Sweezy Room of Indiana History. This is a very special room because it houses our Indiana and local history collections. It was given by the Burr Sweezy Jr. family. It has bookshelves made of Indiana handcrafted black walnut, and many of the designs in the bookshelves are specially made to echo the architectural features in other downtown Lafayette buildings. And we renovated the youth room in 2005. There is a marvelous work of kinetic art in our youth room. It's called Heartland Odyssey. It was designed and crafted by a former Purdue professor, Dan Engelke. The artist tells us we're to imagine what each of those pieces is, and it's a favorite highlight of school tours. There's an opportunity to lie on the floor and look up and just imagine using that wonderful Heartland Odyssey to spur your thinking. We have a collection just shy of 400,000 items. 2008, we loaned about 1.6 million, and we have about 750,000 visitors every year. We are open 7 days a week at 3 facilities, and we also have a mobile library or a bookmobile that serves Tippecanoe County residents. So come and see some of the treasures in our buildings.
We're here at 420 Lingle with Jim and Narika Keating. And guys, if you could you tell us a little bit about how you've been able to incorporate your own personal interests, such as the Eastern culture, with the historical aspects of this home?
Well, we were living in Japan, and when we decided to come back, this is my hometown, and I went to the Historical Society looking for a historical house because we had the antiques, the Oriental antiques, and lots of other things, and we felt that a nice old Victorian house would fit them perfectly. Did you see the hibachi and the fish, or how could you miss it? We're kind of excited about that because the fish, usually hibachi, of course, is to warm food or warm water or warm hands, right?
Yes.
And they just have a usual piece of bamboo that's not carved or anything, but this one is a really nice one. It's got a nice carving into it. The fish is very unusual.
John B. Wagner, a local tobacconist, built this home sometime around 1880. It is thought to be the only documented example of a home designed and constructed by James Alexander, who is generally considered to have designed our present courthouse. Thank you both so much for showing.
Oh, you're really welcome, Steve. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Well, that'll wrap up our tour of the Ellsworth neighborhood. We'd like to thank everyone who took part in this episode, including the Keatings, whose garden we're walking through right now. The garden has over 25 varieties of flowers, including 3,000 bulbs. For Tour de Lafayette, I'm Stephen Smith. Remember, preserving the past is preserving the future.